Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. And today we have our work cut out for us. So I found these two beautiful, yet not beautiful at all, dressers. They're gonna be kids dressers, kids dressers on Marketplace. I got them for free. I probably wouldn't have paid really anything for these. They're pretty trashed up, but we're gonna see if we can restore them and keep them from going into the trash. So as I'm looking at the piece here, this very first piece, it must have been refinished quite a few times. The paint is already kind of peeling, and there are no knobs. In fact, you can't even open the dresser without this string right now. Although after looking at it, I can see, look inside the drawer, I can see that it is real wood, so that is nice. And I also took the drawer out, and I don't know, like, there's no drawer slides on the bottom, but back in the olden days they did make the drawer slides on the sides here, so that's how I know that this is a pretty old dresser. Which is one plus about this. And then don't even get me started on this one. This one is in pretty rough shape here. It's got stickers all over it. The veneer is peeling off on some of them, so I'm gonna have to try to fix that. You see how that's there's no veneer there, but then you can see right here that there's veneer here. So I'm gonna have to fix something and do something with that. So I'm going to be sanding this piece down to bare wood to get all this old paint off, and then on that I probably will just be giving it a scuff sand. We are going to be making this a set. I think I'm going to be painting it in a baby pink color so that it matches for a little girl's room. But other than that, we start all of our pieces by cleaning it off. In my bucket here, we've got Dawn dish soap and hot water. We've got a rag. Dawn dish soap just really helps with cutting grease and really cleaning the piece. So we're gonna start just cleaning everything down top to bottom, making sure it is ready to sand. Alright, since both dressers need different things, I think we're going to start with this dresser. We're going to be using Glue Gun to get rid of these stickers. Removing the stickers actually took a lot longer than expected. The Glue Gun did not work in my favor whatsoever, so I did the old-fashioned, just peeling it and ripping the stickers off. So now that we do finally have all the stickers off, I am going to go back with a clean rag and some clean water so that we can make sure all the glue gun residue is off. I will have to figure out something else for next time so that I'm not because that didn't work at all. I don't know if I did it wrong or what. I'm very new to with glue gun, so it could just be that I didn't do it right, but I will have to figure out a new solution for next time, or just avoid pieces that have stickers all around. But anyways, we're just gonna keep wiping everything off, making sure all of the glue gun is gone. Alright, now that that's all finished, we're going to start sanding down both of these pieces. The white piece we are going to be sanding down to the bare wood since it is wood and all the paint, the old paint is chipping. And then this brown dresser right here, we are going to do a light scuff sand, just make sure we get rid of all the unevenness that has been on that has been produced by this dresser. So we're gonna get started on that. All right, so like I usually do, we have our 80 grit sandpaper on here. And then we're gonna go back with a 120 just to smoothen everything out. And then on the brown dresser, we are going to just do 120. No need to go down to bare wood since it's not real wood. However, this one is, and you can see right here, this paint is just chipping completely. I was thinking trying to do wood filler, but I think it would just be easiest to take this paint off, get it out of here, and be ready for the fresh paint. So we're gonna start with sanding this with 180, or just with 80 grit sandpaper. Okay, so it is the next day. It was getting a little bit too late last night, so we stopped, but I want to take note as I'm sanding the top here. If you come look at this, this top is going to take a while. Actually, this entire body is going to take a while. And the reason I say that is because you can see several different colors, which proves that it had been painted several different times. So on top there's white, and then there's some pinkish color, and then a blue color even. So it's been painted a lot of times, which means I'm trying to sand down many layers. And that is going, that just takes longer. So I haven't decided if I'm going to be sanding the entire body or just the top. That's something I still need to figure out, just because of how many layers. I've been working at this top for probably 25 minutes and I'm not getting anywhere close, so we'll see. I'm just gonna finish the top. I'm gonna keep going on the top and then see where it takes us for the body. Putting my mask on, because there's a lot of dust flying around with all of that old paint. So I did finally finish this top. I keep having to switch clothes because of how much sawdust it keeps getting in my mouth. So, but the top is almost done. I do still have to go back with the 120. I decided that I'm gonna use the Minwax wood filler to fill the rest of, the little nooks and crannies that are on the dresser, because sanding it down to bare wood, although this is pretty, it's just gonna be too much work. So I'm gonna do that now and let that dry, the wood filler dry, so that we can go back with our 120 and do a scuff sand and even those out after this is dried. And also we are gonna have to do it on this brown dresser as well. So I'm gonna do that before the scuff sand. You can see right here, I'm gonna try to fill so that at least it's even and smooth. So when I paint over it, it won't show. And then there's a few drawers right here that don't have the top veneer. So I'm gonna put the wood filler on there and hopefully all will be good once I sand that down and get to painting. So we're gonna start doing that with this. I'm gonna do this one. Now, I don't know if this is gonna fix the problem, but I'm really hoping it will. I was kind of gonna like scrape some of this on so it feels like a smoother finish than this particle board or whatever this is. All right, so this isn't the most conventional way, and I'm honestly not sure if this is gonna work. This is a first for me, but I do have the wood filler on top of the plywood parts of the dresser where the veneer has fallen off. I'm gonna leave it and let it dry and see how that goes, and then I'll sand it down and we'll really see if it worked or not. If not, I do have a few other tricks up my sleeve, but we're gonna let this dry and sand this down, and then if it does work, we're gonna go in with 120 grit, and then we'll get to painting. All right, so I got my 120 grit on. We're gonna smooth everything out, and especially where we had the wood filler. We brought it inside and we've wiped it all off with a microfiber towel. It's important to do that so that the sand dust or the sawdust doesn't get into the paint. It will totally change the color and make it not look very good. So we are ready to paint. I have got this Valspar Ultra interior paint and got pretty lucky with this because this was actually a return at Lowe's. So I only paid $9 for that. And I don't know if you can see here, but this is the color. It's a very bright pink, and I think that's gonna be perfect for these two pieces. We're gonna start with this brown piece here. But I do think that that's gonna be perfect just because these are gonna be for like a little girl's room. So I'm gonna start by removing the drawers out, and we're gonna get to painting. This paint actually has primer in it, so we don't need to prime at all. It is important to continue to do the pre-painting, like the cleanup steps, you know, the wiping it off and sanding, but in this case we don't have to do any primer, so we are just gonna get straight to painting once I get these drawers out. So we've got our gallon size paint that we got for $9 here. We're gonna shake it up. It's gonna be the first time I'm using this, so pretty excited for that. Just using my screwdriver to open it up. I've got my red Solo cup here again, and I do have a little bit of water in it. It's just a thin layer of water. I don't do measurements at all, so I just kind of eyeball it. And I haven't used this paint before, so I don't know how thick it actually is. So. We are ready to start painting. I'm excited to see this color. Now it is kind of bubbling. It might just be because this is the first layer. I'm not 100% sure, honestly. This is the first time I've ever seen this happen, but I think if it does dry like this, I mean, the second coat will be much different. Now I've never seen this before as I've put my first coat of paint on. I don't know if it's because of the veneer. I don't know if it'll change once we've put that second coat of paint on. I think we're just gonna keep going with it. There's not really much I can do for this first coat, so we're gonna keep doing it and see how it dries. Hopefully we'll be able to paint a second coat and those will disappear. It's dry, and actually, to my surprise, it's pretty even. I don't even think I have to do a sanding layer, so I think we're gonna go straight to painting, and we're gonna see if we can get rid of these bubbles on this second layer. So far it's looking better, but you can still see the bumps. Also though, this is a very light color, so we probably will need to do a third coat. But I'm gonna keep painting and I will catch up with you guys once the second coat has dried. Alright, so we have it against our staging wall. It did take 4 coats to get rid of that bubbling, but you can't even tell that it was doing that anymore, so I think it was just kind of a watered down paint, and then I added more water into it, and that was creating the bubbles. There are a few more things I need to do. I mean, there are parts up here that are not painted and are visible, so we will have to go through that. But other than that, I need to throw sealer on, and then this piece is all finished. So now we are going to be moving on to the next dresser. So this is the second dresser that we are working with here. I do have the top sanded down to bare wood, and then I put wood filler in most of the parts that we're chipping, and we're gonna paint right through that now that that's been sanded down. So first step is to remove this. I'm not the biggest fan of this. I think just by taking a screwdriver flathead, I can wiggle my way through getting it off. It's not always the easiest thing. Alright, so there that goes. Good, we'll just paint right over that. Alright, and I know I keep doing a lot of back and forth with this top here, but I might just keep the top as is. I mean, put some sealer over it, but I think it'll look nice because these two are being sold as a set, and I think it would be a nice like pop of color, but we'll see. We'll save this, and if we decide to paint over it, we paint over it, but for now we're gonna leave it. So it's so thin. still felt a little bit dusty, so I'm just gonna go back with my microfiber towel and wipe it off once more. And we're gonna get right to painting. I'm gonna do my best to avoid this very top right here because I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing with that yet. So. Alright, I've got all the drawers done now. I think, yeah, this is pretty much dry. This is really fast drying paint, so I'm just going to do the same exact thing. I'll probably have to do 2 or 3 coats on this one too, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then we can get into the top coat and the handles. So the paint has dried. We are ready to do the top coat now. This is my go-to top coat right here, the polyacrylic water base from Minwax. I have used it on every project. This is my first can still, and it's getting low, but we're good for now. I mixed a little bit of the paint into the top coat. We're gonna do both drawers, except for we're gonna do both dressers, but we're gonna leave this top here because I don't think this is meant for just the wood. We're at a weird angle because my workshop is really messy right now. So I'm using my foam brush for the top coat. I find that's the easiest way to put top coat on, and we're gonna get painting. Alright, so I'm going to let this sit and dry, and then I'm going to have my amazing boyfriend put the hardware in for me. So the next clip you guys will see the 2 dressers with the hardware on. Alright, this is the 2 dressers. They are completely finished. They are up on the staging wall. I just took pictures of the both of them, and here are some pictures that I took that I'm going to be putting onto Facebook Marketplace to advertise these. I am debating what to price these at. I think I'm just gonna post them as 300 or 250 on Marketplace and see if I get any bites. If not, I will lower it. So yeah, that is the end of this YouTube video, and please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel, and that way I can make more of these videos for you guys. Don't forget to stage it, put props up on your pieces. I'm gonna do that. And yeah, see you in the next video. Bye.